Hello! In today's video, I'm going to be covering the sneak peeks from the developers, as well as the leaks that came from the 2024 Shanghai meetup, which I think was actually like the first few days of 2025. And there's also the new notes here that the developers released, which is pretty simple, but it might be pretty impactful. I'm going to be covering this towards the end of the video. First, go ahead and go into the social media posts that the developers made and talk about that. So here is the post that the developers released on social media. They released this on both Instagram and Facebook. They didn't do anything on YouTube or Discord yet, which is interesting though. Let's go ahead and read this. Sneak peek v 1.0.35. Get ready for an exhilarating new update packed with fresh features and challenges. Here's what's coming your way. New season features. Elevate your gameplay with brand new active skills focused on development, tactics, and strategy. Customized skills to create a unique experience tailored to your playstyle. So we didn't get any image for that here. Go ahead and show the two images that we did get for this on the social media post. But when it comes to the leaks, we did get something regarding that, and we'll talk about that later. But first, we're going to be focusing on the new hero. But let's wait until actually we're done with reading this whole post. Face off against two brand new behemoths. Brace yourself to face off against two formidable new behemoths that will test your skills and strategies like never before. So that's the two behemoths that are featured here, which is it's like a demon something and a shadow dragon, I believe, which is pretty interesting. That's definitely still in development though. And then introducing a new hero, Mushan or Mushong. It's one of those two. I'm not 100% sure. I believe it's Taiwanese. We're just gonna go with Mushong. Anyways, meet Hsiang, the latest hero to join the ranks, discover her unique abilities and lead her team to victory. It's really interesting that we're getting one hero released without any others. And yeah, we're going to touch on that later, but it's just really weird because before all the heroes have been released in pairs. So the v1.0.35 update will be gradually rolled out across different servers. Stay tuned for your server's release. Dive into the adventure and explore what's new in the update. Let us know what you're excited about in the comments. It's important to note that the game is currently on 1.0.33. That was the Dragonfall update. And then we have this coming in 1.0.35. So this is still quite a ways away. So first, let's go ahead and talk about Mushan. So we have this here, which is a leak. It's important to note that these leaks may not be the same as what's coming to the English version, since this LAN meetup here was for the Shanghai meetup, and this is for the Chinese version of the game. So if this is what we are going to be getting, then Mushan is a overall PvP and support hero. And then we also have this hero here, which I think is different. I'm not 100% sure. It makes sense that it would be different, but just in general, this seems really weird. This seems like it might be some sort of event or something, because out of 100, I have no idea, right? The awakening skill, this would be for a hero, right? This is, let me just swap back in game. It's kind of similar to this screen, but it's also a lot different, right? And yeah, so realistically, there's just a lot of speculation that can be made here. And one thing that I think, if we go ahead and swap back to my browser here, one thing that I do think is that this hero might release similar to how Lu Bu and Diao Chan released in Call of Dragons. This was in early 2020, or I guess late 2020. Lu Bu and Diao Chan came in a bundle, and it might be similar. These two heroes might be releasing in a similar way, or just this one hero. I guess it's also possible that it could be a new faction or something. If the heroes do release in this way, there was this event that you had to complete in order to unlock Diao Chan without spending. So maybe we'll have something like this for Mushan as well. We also don't even know if Mushan is legendary or epic. Presumably they'll be legendary, but we really just don't have very much information. All that we got that was official is the name of the hero. We didn't get the different, like the classification of the hero, which we got here, which is overall PvP support. We didn't get that in this, but this is still 2 updates away, so probably closer to the time is when we're going to go ahead and get more information on this. By the way, if you want to watch this video here, there will be a link to it in the description below. I remember that these heroes were released and they weren't super impactful, both Lu Bu and Diao Chan. So assuming that it's similar, they probably won't be like crazy. It's possible that these will be good in like season 1, but it's also possible that these could be like the generation 4 archers, right? We really just have no idea because there's so much context missing. So with all that being said, we can go ahead and move on from this Lu Bu stuff here, and also this Tru Lung, or whatever this is. I'm not really sure. Again, it's just speculation, which is why I didn't make a video on this already, just because personally I don't really like leaks, but I understand that people that are watching may. So with that being said, let's go ahead and move on to some more leaks. So we got a few different screenshots here. This is the thing here. I believe it was Roy Solier, which used like Google's AI or something to translate this. So new season 3 in development, brand new story, timescale gameplay, new boss Shadow Dragon, new boss Demon Guard. And yeah, this lines up with what we got in the social media posts as well. The brand new story is probably similar to like the dwarf story in season 2. If we go ahead and swap in game real quick, these stories I thought were in the Tales section here, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I remember there was some sort of like dwarven lore something with the season 2 season, but I don't think very many people like really pay attention to that anyway, so it's probably okay if we don't actually know exactly what that is. But yeah, so it's nice to see that there's content coming, I guess. I'm excited to see what the new Behemoth is like. I'll go ahead and put a video of this Behemoth fight on screen here. Now it's important to note again that this is just like a cell phone recording of the meetup, so it's very possible that it'll be different than this in the English version than the Chinese version. And yeah, the textures will probably change as well. At least I hope that they will, because it's currently using the Flame Dragon avatar and the Frost Dragon circles in the ground. So hopefully that'll change. But let's go ahead and swap back to these leaks and continue on. So we have this, which is a new PvP mode. I don't think that this is I don't think this is Roots of War, but there are quite a few people on the field here, so I don't think it's a 5v5. Maybe it's a 10v10. I think there's a bit too many marches on the field for it to be a 5v5. It's also hard to tell like what the goal actually is, but that's just because we have like such a limited view, right? And this is another reason why I don't really like leaks, because it's just such limited information. But it is nice, though, to see that we're getting 2 new Behemoths instead of 1 new Behemoth. And hopefully the frames for these are unique instead of being reskins of existing frames. They kind of have to make a new frame for the Demon Guard, which is nice, because I don't think they can model this after anything else, because it looks pretty unique. But I guess they can probably repurpose the Flame Frost Dragon frames for the Shadow Dragon as well. So next we have this season map here. And I don't know what this is. Again, it's a leak. So this could be season 3 map. And if so, this map is massive. You see there's a statue, 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 statue. Just all over the place. I don't think that there's any higher tier statues other than those ones. There were some drawings in the Discord of people like theorizing the progression of these zones, but I think that's just too much speculation. These starting zones, though, are like fairly massive. Part of me even wonders if maybe like these zones here, Sorry, let me just go ahead and open this up in an image editor so that it's easier to follow. So part of me even wonders if like this is a starting zone and this is a starting zone, and then I guess this would be, this would be, this would be, this would be, because then you can like go out into these zones, and then you have to secure the zone in order to fight the statue. But I don't know, there's just so many layers of zones here, it's kind of crazy. But again, this is pure speculation. As far as final zones go, I think that this is interesting that there's no land in the middle, which kind of means that you could probably push like to some choke point, because presumably, let me go ahead and turn that off. Presumably there's going to be like some bridges here or something. So you could probably push to some of these bridges and then set up some sort of like defensive choke, which might be interesting. It's probably like bridges like that or something. I guess maybe the hills as well. Like this could be a hill line that stops you from progressing in that direction. I mean, this too, I'm not really sure. Again, speculation. But I am really looking forward to seeing what this looks like once it actually comes in game, if it does come in game. Because again, it's possible that this could be Chinese version only. It's also possible that this could be coming very soon too. Like this could be potentially the next season for G1 Kingdoms, and that would be great. But let me go ahead and just swap back to the browser here. Got a couple of more screenshots to take a look at. So this is a comparison of two different maps, and someone pointed out that like this looks exactly like the season pre-Strife map, this one on the right here. Again, though, this is in Mandarin or some language that I can't read, so we're not 100% sure what this means. I also believe that the Chinese version isn't as far along as ours in terms of like game lifespan. I think it released after, but that would make sense, at least if the Chinese version isn't as old, and that would explain why they're like just getting access to this map, even though it does look, I mean, identical to this one. So yeah, there's nothing concrete that I can draw from any of this, because it's not even guaranteed that these things are coming to the version that we all play. The only things that are guaranteed is that we're getting the 2 new Behemoths and Mushan, as well as brand new active skills. And the brand new active skills thing, I'm pretty sure is where'd it go? I guess maybe it was here. It's like this tree system here. It's kind of difficult to tell exactly what this is, but it says Dimensional Soldier, cooldown time 1 minute and 30 seconds. Cast immediately to activate the Dimensional Team effect, which lasts for 30 minutes. During the duration, after each battle, the Lord's troops will heal the lightly injured units and the current troops according to the serious injuries cost the enemy troops in this battle. Each time the skill is released, a maximum of 300 W troops can be healed. W probably is 1,000 or 30. Not W, not 300 W. And that is probably this one here at the top, because I don't see Dimensional Soldier like in any of these names here. But again, of course, this is all speculation. It's also possible, actually, this is Dimensional Soldier here, so maybe this is a foundational thing that you level up, and then you get all of these other bonus things that you can toggle to after you select this talent. It's very weird. And we talked about this earlier too, how there's like the 0 out of 100. Maybe you have to complete quests similar to what you had to do with seasonal talents in order to actually unlock these things. Or it's also possible that we're not even getting access to this, right? Because again, it is the Chinese server meetup, not the English version meetup, or the global version meetup. So enough speculation. Draw your own conclusions from this. Remember that aside from this post here, everything else is complete speculation, and you know, you can deduce some things that'll likely happen, but for example, like this, we have no idea if this is actually coming to the global version or not. We're getting the 1.0.44 update soon, probably, because we recently got the 1.0.33 up, or not recently, we got the 1.0.33 update around a month ago. So that means that we're probably getting 1.0.34 soon. So like 1.0.35 with that stuff will be like a month and a half away, 2 months away or something. We'll have to wait and see. But for now, let's go ahead and finish off this video by going over the new season improvements and changes. So if we read this, it says that in response to recent feedback, we'll be making the following improvements to seasons. Season duration will be reduced from 50 to 40 days, with all zone stages adjusted accordingly. The off-season period, migration, matchmaking, and Ring of War, will also be shortened as much as possible. These changes will take effect in future update. So it doesn't say when exactly it's coming, just in a future update. In addition to the reduced season duration, migration restrictions will also be gradually eased, and all servers will be given a one-time bonus of 4 special migration slots in the near future. So it says that, we wholeheartedly apologize for any inconvenience caused. Thank you for your understanding. Happy gaming. I don't really know what to make of this, because, like, our season's really too long right now. Brink of War is, 2 weeks? Or, like, the entire duration in between KVKs is 2 weeks, so we're going to be going probably from a 64-day cycle to like a 50-day cycle, or maybe like a 52 or something. We're probably going to shave about 2 weeks off of it. Like, if we're shaving 2 weeks off, that means we get 2 weeks less time to actually gather mana, which is really bad for people that aren't spending a ton on the game. I'm kind of worried about that, because that means that I might not be able to sustain my contribution level. Like, it's probably okay for, lower power free-to-plays, but for any free-to-play that's probably above, 60 million, I don't know if you'll be able to pull your weight if you get, 20% less time, 25% less time to gather mana. Because not only are you getting less time to gather mana once, you're getting less time every single time. So before, if you were going plus 100 million mana every season, or plus 200 million, now maybe you're not even going positive at all. Maybe now you're going negative. It's really, I don't know. We're going to have to see how exactly it works out. I'm hopeful that maybe what will happen is we'll get the thing that's coming to Rise of Kingdoms, or maybe it was already implemented, where you get a certain number of your resources back after the KVK. I think that would be pretty good, but just in general, I don't think that this is great for free-to-play. It's great for the actual state of the game, though, because I know a lot of people quit just because of how boring the end of seasons are, but personally, I like having, a little bit more time to gather some resources, but it is what it is. Just gotta suck it up, I guess, and hope to not get left behind. One thing that I do want to touch on before this video ends is my account progression, specifically with my heroes. So I'm getting ready to drop quite a few hero tokens into different heroes in order to get them skilled up, and I'm not sure how many of them I should actually spend. Especially with Hsiang coming out, are they going to be the G4 archer? Are they going to be an overall hero like it says? If it's an overall hero, is it going to be good? Because, I'm a mage main. We don't have very many good mages. The next time we're going to be getting a mage is a year from now, so I'm probably going to want to invest in Hsiang if I can. How is Hsiang going to be unlocked? Is it going to be through Strongest Lord? Is it going to be through an event? Is it going to be through Wheel of Destiny? It's very, I don't know. I wish that we had specifics. I think that what I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to spend all of my G3 tokens and some of my universals. I don't think that I'm going to do everything. My initial plan was to 555 Thalia, and then 5-5 both Magrat and Zeta. I think what I'm going to do instead is not 5-5 Zeta. I think I'm just going to keep her at 2 stars, and I'm going to 5-5 Magrat and 5-5-5 Thalia. and that will allow me to save an additional 160 tokens for Mushan potentially instead of going into Zeta. It ends up being, I think, like 540 tokens to do the 5/5 Magrat and the 5/5 Thalia. So yeah, this is something that I've been thinking about a lot here, because typically if you're a single troop type main like me, like I'm only a mage main, so what, I don't have very many mage heroes, right? Including Thalia, I have 8, and then I rely on heroes like Indus and heroes like Thea as well in order to actually bring me all the way up to 10 heroes. So if we do get Mushan and she is good, it would be nice to slide her in there. So maybe if you're also free to play or low spend, you can consider saving some of your hero tokens as well. Typically a basic investment range for a hero is going to be like a 5/5/1/1, and that'll end up costing you 190 tokens, I believe. So, or like, I guess 10 less after you use Sweet Dew. So if you can go ahead and save 180 tokens, I think that's probably a good goal to have. I think that's what I'm going to end up doing as well. Let me know if you have any thoughts about that down below. This video was a little bit rambly, and I've been thinking about like whether I even should or shouldn't make this video over the last few days. I don't know. Sneak peeks are always weird, right? But it's also very topical, I guess, and I'm sure that the people that do watch this video are appreciative of the fact that it exists. So hopefully you enjoyed the video, and I will see you pretty soon in the next season. That'll be starting in 2.5 days. So yeah, thanks for watching, and have a great rest of your day.